Good morning, children. How are you? After a long break, I am here to teach you English grammar. Due to this COVID-19, we are unable to attend our classes regularly in the school timings. But we are here to teach you through online. So I request you all members to utilize this facility and to learn at least something. Is it clear? Now, in our fourth standard, one important topic, sentence. We are going to learn about today sentence. What is a sentence? What are the parts of the sentence? How a sentence forms? See children, in our English language, there are 26 letters, 26 alphabets. If we are joining two letters, if we are combining two letters, we are forming a word. Or more than two letters, we are forming a word. But when we are writing two or more words together, it forms a sentence. What does it form, Nana? Sentence. See, suppose I write, he eats banana. This is a sentence. He eats banana. Means, what does it mean? He is having banana. So, if I write the sentence again in the reverse way or any jumbled words, suppose, eats he banana. Does it mean anything? Is it a meaningful sentence? No, it's not a meaningful sentence. It is a meaningful sentence. So, to write the words in a correct order, which gives us the complete sense, is known as a sentence. Now, here we got the definition of the sentence. Let us just have a look on the definition of the sentence. What is a sentence? The combination of the words or the arrangement of the words. The arrangement of the words. The arrangement of words in a meaningful manner or in a meaningful sense, or the arrangement of words in a meaningful manner, or the combination of words which gives us the complete sense, we can say. This is one definition. Or we can say the combination of words. The combination of words. The combination of words in a meaningful manner. In a meaningful manner. See children, sentence is nothing but the combination of the words which gives us the complete sense. The combination of words which gives us the complete sense is known as sentence. Is it clear? Now let us have a look what are the sentences and what are the parts of the sentences. Now we have clear clarification that we can't write the words in our own jumbled way. We have to write sentence when it forms a sentence, when the words are expressed in a correct manner, when the arrangement gives us the complete meaning, complete sense, is known as sentences. Now, let us have few examples, children. I'll write the 5 sentences and I'll explain you what are the different parts of the sentences. Now, first one, let us have a look. He plays hockey. Now see children, if you observe the sentence, who is playing hockey here? He. So he is the main part of the sentence. He performs the action. He is the doer of the action. So the doer of the action in a sentence is known as subject. And the remaining part the action in a sentence is known as the subject and the remaining part is known as the predicate. Subject and predicate. Here we got two parts. How many parts we can divide a sentence into? We can divide a sentence into two parts, children. What are they? Subject and predicate. The doer of the action is known as the subject and the remaining part is known as the predicate. If you observe the predicate, it includes two things. What are those two things? Verb and object. Verb and object. See children, you just now you are hearing about the subject and the object words. I'll explain you what is the subject, what is the object. No need to panic, just I am giving you a brief explanation how we can divide a sentence. We can divide a sentence into two parts. One part is known as the subject, another part is known as the predicate, and the predicate includes verb as well as object. Now I will give you the definition for the subject, verb and object. Here see children, first part is the subject. As I have explained to you, subject is nothing but the doer of the action. The doer of action. The doer of the action is known as the subject. Means the person or the important part who is performing the action in a sentence is known as the subject. And the work and the action performed by the subject is known as verb, and object is the last part or the receiver of the action or the receiver of the action is known as the object. Okay, see children, here I have given you the clear clarification. As you all know, in our English language there are 26 letters. If we combine two letters or more than two letters, it forms a word. And if we combine two words or more than two words, it forms a sentence. Sentence doesn't mean the combination of the words. It means the combination of the words in a meaningful manner. We can't say that place he or he. It's meaningless. So our sentence definition is what, Nana? The combination of the words in a meaningful manner is known as the sentence. And the sentence includes subject as well as the predicate. The doer of the action is known as the subject and the remaining whole part is known as the predicate. Subject is the doer of the action and the remaining part is known as the predicate. Again I have explained to you children, predicate includes verb as well as the object. Verb means the word which tells us about the action of the subject is known as the verb, and the remaining part is known as the object. See here, subject means one who performs the action, and the action itself is known as the verb, and the receiver of the action is known as the object. In this class, what we have learned, children? We have learned the sentence. What is a sentence? Let us revise again the definition of the sentence. Then I will go further. Let us revise once again. The combination of words. The combination of words in a meaningful manner. The combination of words in a meaningful manner a sentence can be divided into two parts. One is subject and another is predicate. The doer of the action is known as the subject, means the person who works in the sentence is known as the subject, and the remaining part is known as the predicate. And predicate includes verb as well as object. Predicate includes verb as well as object. Verb is nothing, Nana. Already we have learned in our previous class. Verb is the action word. Verb is the action word, and object is the receiver of the action. Means the last who receives the action is known as the object. So in this class we learned about the sentence, we learned about the subject and predicate. I hope you all revise these three terms